Well, good afternoon, folks. If I could have your attention for just a few minutes, I'd like to share something with you from the Bible, from God's Word. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Nick Stolnos. I'm a pastor down in Davidsonville, just about 25 minutes south of here. If you don't have a church home, especially if you live in South County, I'd love to have you come and visit. We have worship service every Sunday morning at 9:30, like we did today. Now, I want to talk to you about your relationship with God. The truth is, everybody has a relationship with God, but not everybody has a good one. And I'm going to read just a short section from the Bible, from God's Word, that talks about our relationship with God. And I'm telling you, there's nothing more important than that. It's more important than your family. It's more important than what you're going to do after graduation. It's more important about your relationship with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. It's more important than anything. So here's what it says from the Gospel of John, just a few verses. It says, "The true light, which enlightens everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, yet the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own people did not receive him. But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God." Now, friends, the truth is about you and me is that we were made by God. When you look around, you see the beauty. I love coming down here. This is a beautiful place, especially on a Sunday afternoon. We can relax, we can enjoy, we can get something good to eat, we can get ice cream, and we can enjoy God's creation. And you, as a woman or a man or a child, you're made in God's image. That means that you have dignity. It means that you have value. It means that you're special. It means you have great value and worth in God's sight. But even though we're made in God's image, we chose to sin against God. This is disobedience. We told our Creator that we would rather try to be happy on our own terms. We wanted to try to find happiness on our own. And this is what our first parents, Adam and Eve, did, and that's what brought evil into this world. That's why there's death. That's why there's murder. That's why there's scary things in this world because of sin, because of the sin of our first parents. And it's the reason why we're not perfect. It's the reason why, if we're honest, none of us loves God with all of our heart, mind, soul, and strength, and none of us loves our neighbor as ourselves. Even our best efforts to love people, even in our own family. Kids, you know that your parents don't always honor God. None of us does. And it's proof that there's something wrong. It's proof that there's something wrong with our relationship with God. Now, the passage I just read talked about becoming God's children. We need to become God's children through faith. By ourselves, we cannot be accepted by God because God is holy and just and perfect. And if God gives us what we deserve, it's going to be judgment. It's going to be wrath. It's going to be hell forever. Now, friends, I don't want you to go there. It's the reason why I'm here. I can be at home. I can be doing something else, but I'm here because I care about you. We all live in this area. I consider you all my neighbor. The bad news is that we've sinned and we've brought judgment upon ourselves. But the good news is that Jesus came to this world. It's good news for every single person. Christianity is inclusive. Anyone can come. Anyone can come and put their trust in Jesus Christ to be forgiven, to become God's child, and to be brought into his family. Friends, it is the only way to have a right relationship with God and with other people. Jesus was a man. He was truly God and truly man, but the difference between you and me is that he lived a perfect life. He never lied. He never disobeyed his parents. He always honored people. When he spent time with people, they wanted to be with him. Even people that the rest of society didn't want to spend time with. Jesus said, "Welcome in. I want to spend time with you. I want to get to know you." You may not think of yourself as a person who would ever go to church, or you may not think of yourself as a person who will become a Christian. But I challenge you, friends, to forget about all that. Think about what God's Word says. It says that we must become God's children when we believe in Jesus. He is the only way because he's the only one who lived the perfect life. Every step of the way, Jesus was perfect. And then in the end, he died on the cross. He was dying on the cross not for his sins, but he was dying for the sins of the world, for the sins of his people. He died and then he rose from the dead 3 days later. It's what's unique about Jesus. It's why Christians say that Jesus is the only way. It's because only one died and then came back from the grave 3 days later. And it's proof that one day that God is going to judge the world in righteousness. We enjoy all these good gifts from God, but the best gift that God has ever given was his Son. It was his precious Son, his only Son, and he gave him to the world so that we would have life through him, through faith in him. Now friends, what you must do is turn from your sin. It means to admit that you've broken God's law. It means to admit that you have not done what God would have you to do. And to put your trust in Jesus Christ alone, to become a child of God, to be brought into his family. Friends, this is the good news of the gospel, that God sent his Son into this world to save it and not to condemn it. We're born into this world condemned already, but Jesus came so that we would be saved. Friends, if you have any questions about what I'm talking about, if what I'm saying sounds strange to your ears, or if you're even a little bit curious, I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to get to know you. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Once again, my name is Nick Stolmos. I'm a pastor at Grace EP Church in Davidsonville, just about 25 minutes south of here. I'd love for you to come and visit. I'd love to meet you and talk with you today. And thank you very much.